And it is Christmas time. Let's get this party started. It is Friday. It's almost Christmas. Let's kick this thing off. See you guys in 3 minutes. Test, check. Mic, is this on? Mic 1, test, check.
Okay. So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Check 49 set hot. Mic is hot. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're gonna have an awesome show tonight, I'm telling you. Happy Friday and Merry Bassmas. Bassmaster? Christmas? And here we go. Appreciate you guys tuning in tonight. It is Friday. It's almost Christmas. This is going to be the last live stream until next Friday. No Tuesday show, but here we are. So if you guys got some car audio questions, maybe you got some kicker Christmas gift wishes and that you're hoping that land underneath your tree, let's talk about them. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate ya, everybody. All right, let's see here. We got 17 of you guys. 11 smashed a like, and look, we already got a subscriber. Would you look at that? An hour. I love how it throws it in there. Would you look at that? It throws it in there. Thank you, Larry Powell, for subscribing. And, man, every single past day, I have been talking about the LX 3000.1. And I'm not sick of it yet. Just in general, answering questions, comments, prices, availability. Does it do 3000 RMS? Yes, it does it all. And Yeah, we don't know the price quite yet, or when it's going to come out, but I would assume early 2025. Otherwise, they wouldn't have given us the green light to talk about everything. Let's see, we got Dubby. Thank you for tuning in, Dubster. Appreciate ya. And again, go check out all Dubby's beautiful artwork. LivingLoudWithAndy.com. In the merch section. Appreciate you, Dubby, for doing that. T. Corley, thank you for tuning in. Merry Christmas, everybody. And what did you guys have on your Christmas wish? I mean, I know a lot of you probably aren't going to make the nice list, so it doesn't matter anyway. But, you know, it's always good to hope. Thank you for tuning in, Eric. Appreciate you. Cedric Davidson, thank you for hanging out with us. And, man, I have been going full tilt boogie in this studio here. I've been having a few extra days to clean stuff, so the room is somewhat presentable, and now we got a wider field of view, and now we got this little area over here. We added another monitor up here, you know, like we need more of those, but still another area that I can show and demonstrate things. I think that'll be really cool to have, and yes, that's all the Living Loud with Andy decals and t-shirts and everything over there. But either way, just cleaning up the studio here and there. And we actually did lower the subwoofer over there. I had to, just so it's in the shot a little bit more often than not. Sean Lynn, I just bought a JL VXI amp for my truck speakers, but I could use a 1000.1 amp for Christmas. You know, I remember getting into car audio, and JL was another name with Kicker, Alpine, and Rockford Fosgate. You know, like the big five of just car audio brands. And the 1000.1 or the JL Slash, I know they got a bunch of them, but the Slash is what I'm talking about. And I always think that that was like a woofer or an amplifier that, you know, fought boxerized, just like a lot of you guys did. And here it just does a lot of power at higher ohms and just doesn't do more power at lower. So that's kind of how that works, but gives you power where you need it, I guess. And either way, it's nice to have a complementary system with just, you know, just matching stuff. If you can do it, do it. Thank you for tuning in, Sean. Appreciate ya. But does it run Minecraft? You know, you got to ask SJC that. I don't know if the two graphics cards in here are going to be able to do it. I know Minecraft is pretty taxing, just like any big amplifier on your system, man. You need to have something that can support it. Minecraft is very tedious. Thank you, CAE, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, man.
Hitting hard. Yeah, turn down for what?
Would you look at that? Oh my gosh, just look at it. Just look at it. You gotta look at it this way, okay? You just gotta look at it. That's all you can do anymore.
Thank you so much, CAE. Thank you for all that you do. Keep up the content and appreciate you gifting the memberships. And you know what? I wanted to do this on Tuesday, but being an after show for Unmasked, you gotta be like, you know, you got to be on par. See, now I can actually, since I'm the YouTube owner here of this channel, I guess, I can gift 10 memberships a month, and I'm going to gift 5 now. I wanted to try this. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Living Loud with Andy gifted 5 memberships.
Bass hitting hard. Yeah, turn down for what?
Let's see who won all those memberships, too. We got all the names on there. I like how it does show all that. Look at that. Chasing Vapor, T. Conley, Randall, Vet 50 Cal, Low Limes, Garrick. No, that's Garrick talking. Put the smackdown on the like button. Thanks for tuning in, Garrick. And Big Guy, Arnie, and chat. So you guys can all see who got gifted a membership. I like how YouTube does that. Thank goodness, man. And we got this kicker kicking. I just figured out I could do that. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be doing that for the guys, man. More green team gifted memberships. And I had for Christmas, I mean, it's green and red, green team for the win. And I had to put on my LLC shirt for the first time. And we got them on the merch on the website as well. This is actually the old version, but still, same idea. Thank you, Cornut. Appreciate you, man. We gotta throw it up.
Cornet. He does traveling installs.
Thank you so much, Cornut. Appreciate you, man. I know he's repping his LLC swag and Living Loud with Andy stuff. And everybody that won on last Friday with the amplifier and the Living Loud with Andy swag, I reached out to all you guys, been in cahoots, and I'm going to put that order in tonight or probably tomorrow. Got a lot to do between work and, well, YouTube and Steelers and life. It's been kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Work has been very slow, and now it's starting to pick up, so thank goodness. It was a nice like week and a half off, though. I'm not gonna lie, it gave me some time to put a lot of dedicated time into the LX 3000.1 amplifier video and just, you know, the things that I need to do with everything else that the YouTube stuff is. So appreciate you, Cornut. Appreciate you, CAE. I love you guys. Have you heard about the Q-Class square replacement? Thank you for tuning in, Eric Lackey. Now, I know there has been talk. I've asked about it, and they have talked about it on the Unmasked show as well. When that's going to be, and I just don't know. You know, one, I'm not at liberty to say, and two, I just don't know. So whenever they do come out with something, I know they're in the works of it, and with how the Comp Q and the L7Q kind of just fizzled out, and then they're like, well, what are we going to do now? They were working on something in the meantime, but still, there was a step behind because of, you know, reasons. So I think it will be out soon, since the Comp Q did just come out. Now we're going to have the L7Q. I believe it's coming. I believe it's coming. Just me? Oh, would you look at that? Wait. Why are these popping up here? Are these... Hold on. I had this up. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Thank you, Dean, for gifting 10 memberships. Appreciate you, man.
Bass hitting hard. Yeah, turn down for what?
I never get sick of that clip. I mean...
Okay.
I know you guys don't get tired of looking at it either.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it, man. And those kickers be hitting so hard, it just knocks the boat right off the water. That doesn't make sense, but you get what I mean. Thank you, Dean. Appreciate you. And thank you for all your support over the years and the days and the weeks and the months and just being here. Thank you so much, man. And you guys are awesome. We are up to 207 green team members. But honestly, like consecutive for the past like 3 months, like people have been a green team member for 3 months or longer, 100 plus of them. And that's just crazy. That's like 100 Patreons. That is awesome. Thank you, guys. And if you haven't joined already or got a gifted membership already, check out the join section on YouTube. Link in description. Thank you guys so much. And you guys are supporting this channel and just making a place where we can hang out and talk car audio, man. Let's see. Shoot Dog, thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, man. You know what? I just took a look at it. We got 35 people watching on YouTube, 20 likes. Only 20 likes. Smash the like. Where's Dave when you need him? I need Dave.
Just hit the like.
Just hit the like. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, Kyle. And, oh, look at Kyle. He has been a green team member for 14 months. Thank you, Kyle. Appreciate you, man. And just thank you for your support and being an awesome friend. All right, so Aaron, we answered his question. Kyle's got cool on his list. I mean, hey, keep the expectations low and you'll never be sad. I put a paper clip on my presents. No woofies. You know, that is one way to test it. Between woofer strength, no, just kidding. And to see if it's got some kind of motor on there. And, you know, I remember being a kid, like, shaking it up. And, like, the one thing I had was starting to make noises. I'm like, oh, my God, what is this thing? What is this thing? It was, like, lighting up and everything. But I couldn't see it. But, like, I could see it through the wrapping. And I could not wait to open that present. I had to have been, like, 5. And when I opened it, it was awesome. It was just one of those little things you push down and start spinning and everything, lights up. But I remember that. And talk about just, it's not just Christmas, Santa Claus. It's about what we're celebrating with everything else and your own holiday of however you celebrate it. But it's more about being with your family and the gift giving and being a kid and receiving it. When you get old, you just give it out. And then you hope that your wife buys you something and you're still checking with paper clips. What is your opinion? Let's see. Rulo, thank you for tuning in. What's your opinion about stunt walls and systems like Turbo Box, etc., most happening in South America and Miami? Oh, where are you going, Ernie? I mean, Cookie is pretty festive tonight. Cookie is festive. And so is J5, man. K5, Johnny 5. We are ready to go, man. I mean, everything kind of has its place, and it's not inherently, it's just like, oh, do you like this brand? Do you like this kind of whatever? It's not so much that. It comes down to whenever you have so many speakers where things can get kind of painful quick, and when not done right. And I feel like that's where they get the misconception. Just like kickers at Walmart. It's just, it's a kicker from Walmart type of just mentality. And it's like, it's the farthest thing from that. But sure, from other people's user error and, just bad results from that. And I feel like that's the same thing with the stunt walls. It's not like it could be bad, I mean, just as itself, but if it's not tuned right, yeah, it can hurt and it can be annoying. But I know it's like more of a thing, just not in United States. But it is transferring, trust me. Go to Slamology in Indianapolis, Indiana, or wherever that's going to be next year, which is another topic I think it was Log talk about. He was like, all right, where is the Slamology location? And trust me, I know we all feel like that, but we will have Donnie Babb here on the show as soon as we find out something. And me running Team SP Loud for 6 years consecutively, I understand how hard it is to get a location, keep a location, find a location, and do all the lawyer paperwork. So it does take some time. But either way, hopefully we hear some progress soon so people can call off for vacation for work. Thank you, Rulo, for tuning in. And you know what? I love your guys' questions, man. Budget Audio with Jay. Happy holidays. Y'all working on my video now. About to drop tomorrow. Keep it up, man. I want to see more of your stuff. And that's the thing with YouTube. It's like you don't have to do it all the time, but you just make it good. More people will consecutively follow. And I feel like the analytics on YouTube are on our side. If people are watching, every time you post, they will throw it in front of them. They will throw it in front of them. Thank you, Budget Audio with Jay, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Let's warm old Cookie Monster up. You got him going. I don't know if you notice. I might as well zoom in on it here. I did have that shot earlier. But his entire body is flexing now. You can see the Living Loud with Andy just vibrating like you're getting a bass demo. Just everything vibrating. I love it. I love it. And his little feet are going full tilt boogie. And the L7S is just kicking, man. And I contemplated when I was rearranging everything in here of putting the LX. I'm used to saying LX now. The L7X15 there, and I'm looking at the bars that are already holding it. I'm like, man, those things are already kind of bowing. There's no way that it's going to hold an L7X15, but I will build something eventually. Just got to do it. Thank you, everybody, tuning in. We got 41 of you guys in here. 27 likes. Smash the likes. Just look at it. Thank you, Chaz. Appreciate you liking on Facebook. And Budget Audio J, all he wants is a pair of 18s. Refresh my memory, man. I remember you posting, sorry, I'm turning up the fan. I remember you posting on Facebook or something. Did you blow your 18 or your 18s? I know you had a pair of those in your free air design. Yeah, let me know what you decide on doing, man. When you got two 18s, I feel like, you can get pretty loud. Free air is nice, and it is fun to mess around with that and build your own little designs and kind of learn how physics work with different enclosures, your vehicle orientation, and the woofer of choice, man. Let's see. I am behind, but that's okay. Tell him CAE. Tell him. And then we got another one from Jason Grant, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you, man.
Bass hitting hard. Yeah, yeah. Turn down for what? Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate ya. And he is excited about his Living Well with Andy swag. Appreciate ya. And I seen Double E in the background, pair of 18 women. Scott, I don't know what you're doing. Don't swerve on the road. Thank you, Grant. Appreciate you. And Jason. Why am I calling you Grant? But Jason Grant. Thank you for all that you do, man. Thank you for gifting those memberships. Let's see. Is my RSX GS9 still worthy, or should I upgrade? Low dimes. My RSX GS9 still worthy. Still worthy. RSX. I'm gonna have to look that up now. I've heard of the Acura RSX, but I don't know what that is. Let's see. RSX dash GS9. Okay, so that's a head unit here. And check out Crutchfield. I like Crutchfield. Now, it seems like it's a very simplistic head unit. I do like that. It's got a bunch of RCA outputs here. It looks like you got 6 or at least 4. You got front and rear and then sub. So you got 6. That's perfect. That's all a bass head really honestly needs. And then mic. And then everything else kind of comes up to what you are trying to do with your system. And another thing is, I mean, with Sony, being Sony, I would assume that it has pretty decent pre-out voltage, at least 2 volts, probably 4. And that's one thing you want to take a look at in head units. I'll pull that up here. Let's see if it says anything about that. Yes, it shows right here. Let's zoom in on this. Enhance, 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 enhance. Okay. So one thing you want to check out, this is what I went straight to. 6 preamp outputs, 5 volt rear, sub, and front. And that is the most important thing when choosing a head unit, is making sure that it actually does list that. If it doesn't list the pre-out voltage, it's kind of a red flag. More of a yellow flag, but a red flag for sure. And, just every other feature you want. Bluetooth, all that other Apple Play, all that fun stuff. But either way, I think it's perfectly fine, Low Dimes. Thank you for tuning in, man. Tell him, Garrick. Tell him, Garrick. Tell him, Garrick. Friday, Friday, Friday. Kick the like. You just got to kick it. Merry Christmas to you, Sheepdog. Appreciate ya. Andy, thanks for the membership, by the way. I appreciate it. No, thank these guys as well, man. These are the ones that tune into the shows every Tuesday and Friday. This is what we do. And welcome to the Green Team shirt, sir. And I'm glad I got the Green Team shirt on. I've been having it sitting there. I'm like, when do I wear it? Right now, and it's perfect. Green Team for the win. Thank you, Low Dimes, for tuning in. Let's see, that rhymed. Okay, I Run Explodes, I definitely hit the like. And, we do have Explodes in the chat. If you're a Green Team member, you'll find them. And they do get loud. I actually seen a listing on Facebook for Sony Explodes 212s in a box for $300. And I said, take my money. Stuart, thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. How have you been, man? How have you been? After the holidays, I'll be getting a new Green Team shirt. Thank you, Garrick. And working on that Cookie Monster one, too. W just drew that out for you. And, W, thank you. Just me to you. Thank you on the live stream here for making all that amazing artwork. It's, it's more than just merchandise. It's a work of art. Thank you, W. Thank you, Garrick. Need a sleigh being pulled by Sony Explodes, or maybe the Explode amplifiers. I actually dynoed 2 of them on the channel in the early days of my YouTube. You can look back, don't look back. And they did rate it, and then some. And, maybe not the peak power like how they advertise of like 1,000 watts or 444 watts on the amp, but it does its RMS. It's in the manual because, Sony. They don't lie. William, thank you for tuning in. Andy knows that sometimes you just got to look at it and look at it. Would you look at that? Would you just look at that? Just look at it. And sometimes that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Would you look at that?
Thank you, William. Appreciate all your support. And Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas. We are in the Kicker Cave. I don't know if you were here earlier, but we didn't revamp everything, but we did definitely switch some things up in the studio in the Kicker Cave here. I got my handy-dandy laptop with my AutoSound 2000 right beside the Kicker couch. And, you know, just a few other things where you might not even notice. But on Kicking It with Andy, whenever I do my demonstrations, now we got a lot more space over to the right. So I'm not stuck in that little corner. And we can, you know, you can actually just look at me and all that fun stuff. And added some monitors into the Kicker Cave. We got the chat over there just so I can see the latest chat. Vince is a troll. And, you know, this is up here how I stream everything, and it collects the comments and all that fun stuff over there. But, yes, the Kicker Cave is kind of crazy, but it feels a lot cleaner in here. And if it wasn't for you guys, it wouldn't look like this. I'm just happy to keep on kicking on this show, man. Andy for President 2028. I'm okay with that. I am okay with that. Love you, buddy. Cornut. Every time I look at the top super chatters, if you look on the bottom of the screen, that's where all those names are. And the VC Jester 500 one right there. On that list, you will see Cornut's name. And I swear it changes like every other show. I can't keep up. Cornholio, Cornut, Cornelius. I can't keep up. What is going on, Cedric? Thank you for tuning in, man. And I know I need to get with you, too, on your install of your voltage regulator and all that fun stuff, man. It's just been kind of crazy. And to say the least, I'm happy that Christmas is coming. That's all I'm going to say. It's coming. I don't think so, Scott. I do not think so. Some stunt walls are impressive, but most of the ones I see sound harsh. And that's what exactly it is. You know, it's just the people don't know how to tune them, and they just full send, full rip, full gain. What's a crossover? Just trying to be as loud as they physically can. And another thing, too, is I'm not going to give them any, you know, oh, that's why. But how do you tune that thing without disturbing the piece? Like, literally disturbing the piece. You have to go so far away to tune that thing. And that's the same problem a lot of those guys have when they're in that 63 to, like, 63 dB plus range. I mean, a 60 ain't loud, right? Just kidding. But you get what I'm saying. When you get to that point, you need, like, acres and acres and acres of land to tune anything, you know, because you can do it by, you know, with like all the fancy technology, but you're still going to want to, you know, see how it sounds. So, right. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Doppler effect isn't kind on stunt walls. I know, and that's a thing too, right? Yeah, the whole redshift phase or whatever with sound, and, you know, that's why things sound... you know, I don't know. You know, I feel like they have a place, and you just have to tune them right, man. Frank Urbine, Frank the Tank, thank you for hanging out. How many of y'all have trunk sub boxes firing at the back seats and don't the license plate? And not the license plate? Okay, fire in the back and the seats of the seats. Okay, and not... Okay, so how many of you guys have trunk boxes firing towards the cabin and not the rear? You know, and I know a lot of people are going to put them in their car and fire them towards them. You would think a speaker firing towards you is going to be louder, but it depends the enclosure, and it depends everything else that's in the vehicle. So... just by putting a prefab of two 12s or a single 12 or two 10s, what have you, firing into the cabin, and the port is on the same face as the woofer, and it's not sealed off, it's not probably going to work out too well. Yes, it will still make bass, but when you put it up against a meter, it's just going to be louder firing the trunk. Now, there are different, you know, scenarios where firing into the cabin, not even sealed off, with a port to the side, or even back in SPL kind of configurations, is going to be louder than sub-back port back, if you get what I'm saying, you know, or even sub back port to the side because of how big the box has to be. Is the air traveling over the enclosure into the cabin freely, or is there too much restriction and the box is suffocating in the back of the trunk, and it just makes sense to fire it in no matter what because you don't have enough trunk, the box is so big, it just makes sense to do it. So I feel like it comes down to every scenario. It really does. It really does. Thank you, Frank. Hope you've been well, man. Thank you for tuning in. Appreciate you, sir. Amen, Andy. I do believe that. Thank you, Garrick. Thank you, Garrick. Cheap PRV drivers don't help either. And, you know, I always thought, you know, okay, speaker is a speaker and some are just going to sound better. You know what I mean? It's not like they're going to sound bad, right? And then I bought the duals from Walmart and I learned very fast that speakers can, in fact, sound bad when they are just so cheap. I mean, these speakers for 4 of them and a head unit, which the head unit they sell by itself for $20, $5 a speaker, you know, and as soon as you put any more power than like 5 RMS to it, they just fall apart. They fall on their face. They will get louder, but they get muddier, and that's just the thing with cheap speakers, man. It's hard to get around. Now with bass, it's a little bit more forgiving, but then you're going to lose efficiency, if that makes any sense, you know, or you're just not going to have as much output because it's cheaper. You know, it's just, you're kind of going against things. And it doesn't mean of just price of what you're paying, but just the quality of the product that is being used to manufacture it. Chaz Posey, thank you for tuning in on Facebook. Appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas. And at Bingo, just one more stereo stuff. Wait, what? There's a bingo place that gives away stereo stuff. No wonder you've been holding out, Cedric. No wonder you have been holding out. He won't tell me where it is. Would love to hear Steve Barber's stunt wall above his car. And that thing sounds stupid clean. Not going to lie. I mean, it's in the intro for a reason, man. When that thing was doing a drive-by, like, I stopped and looked and I was like, Steve Barber, rolling video. Let's get some footage here. And that thing just sounds phenomenal, you know. And it already sounded pretty good when he had the cans on the top. But with the Street Series out there, yeah, they're not waterproof, but they are a lot louder than those. And you do just got to look at it, Sean. You got to look at it. Let's see. Trying to catch up on the comments. All right, so there's Scott's there. I'm behind, but it's okay. Dreamsicle 18s are impressive for the money. You know, I keep hearing about those and Dubby talking about them, and I seen them at Slamology. They seem like they definitely do work, man. They definitely do work. There's Dubby there. He said they do good work. Scar Evils. Okay, Scar Evil 18s went into the lanes and couldn't handle a 30-second music average. And you know what, man? That Park and Pound 30-second musical average, if you're not used to playing your system full tilt boogie and you're looking at that number and you start to see it go down, what is your first instinct? You turn it up. And depending on your system, you may or may not be clipping, or you probably already were, and now you're clipping harder. And it's just like, well, I want that number to stay there. I want it to stay there. I don't want it to drop. And picking the song, and let alone doing all that, and you're just pushing your equipment. So you really got to be careful. There's not a time that I went into the Park and Pound competition, or even the demo suicide or something like that. It was a 2-minute average. That I smelt coil, because I'm watching that number start to go down, and you turn it up, because what happens is, regardless if your electrical is perfect, let's just say your voltage isn't tanking, your speaker, if you're putting it up to what it can handle in most cases, you know, averagely, even on constant sine wave, it starts to get hot. And then what happens is your amplifier starts to create less power because the woofer is starting to get hot, the impedance starts to go up, and then you start to crank it up higher, and then you start to clip. And then you're creating a snowball effect. And the 30-second to 2-minute, 3-minute average music challenges are very, very tough on your system, and it's easy for things to go fast. Really fast. And, you know, it's good you got all that power, though. It's nice to have it. It's like Spider-Man, you know, great power, great responsibility. Dean says, can't wait to hear Dan's 4-inch coil subs, hopefully in the spring. Dan Current? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. That'll be awesome. I can't. I love Dan. Nice. 10's coming too. Let's talk about the relationship between sealed chamber and the ported chamber in a fourth order. You know, whenever you're talking with like any kind of bandpass enclosure, you know, it's literally just 2 boxes in one. And the first chamber, if we're talking fourth order here, which is the sealed side, you couldn't have it the other way. You'd have no sound. So you'd have to have the sealed side inside the box. And how that is designed with the amount of airspace with that exact driver, because you put another one in there, same space, is going to change the resonant frequency, the tuning, the total Q, all that fun stuff. That is what kind of dictates the woofer how to work with suspension of low frequencies, high frequencies. And then that second chamber, in a sense, is like just putting a sealed box into your car, but a very small car, and then opening that window, and that is your port for the fourth order part, the ported side of the bandpass design. And, you know, and then putting your car in a garage, and your garage makes space, right? It's the same thing, but you're making it in specific ratios so that it excels well with that size of sealed box, that size of ported, that size of a port, and then your vehicle as a whole with windows up, windows down. You can get into particulars. But I do like bandpasses. That is definitely going to be my next mountain to climb. It's 10 o'clock here. Wish you would go live sooner. You know, I wouldn't mind. That's when I do go live, is 10 o'clock to 11 o'clock. I wouldn't mind bumping it down to 8:30 since most of my shows are 8:30 other than the 10:30 after show. Might do it in the future. Just got to make sure my guys in the Pacific Northwest can do that. So might as well throw this up here.
Thank you for supporting Andy. Your super chat goes a long way. Pacific Northwest, baby. Stay living loud.
Thank you so much, Cameron Cole, with a $10 super chat, and it's Friday. Thank you, Cameron Cole. Oh, it's good to be back. Been super busy on the Subherton build, but had to catch this episode. Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate all your support on the show. Hanging out in Kicker Club, just being one of the guys, man. And good luck on the build. And Merry Christmas, sir. Merry Christmas. Jason says that was the high-res unit with fiber optic out. Holy moly. I know a lot of people want optics, you know, just fiber optical out for their base, or, you know, just something than low-level RCAs. So that's kind of crazy, Jason. That is kind of crazy. Seriously, you don't know the GS9? No, you know what? That is my weak spot, is head units. You know, as in, like, what is what? I just know kind of what to look for what I do. And that's as far as it goes. And I know a lot of other channels say, you know, about cheap amplifiers, cheap head units, and they're all the same. And I do agree with that. But the particular brands, not really. Not really. I just, you know, Kenwood, Alpine, Sony, you know what I mean? There's only so many, and I feel like with head units, even Boss is not bad. Is not bad. And I don't know if they do rated, but I got a Boss head unit over here, and it's got a 20 amp fuse on a head unit. So is it more inefficient? Is that why it needs a bigger fuse, or does it actually have some power built in there? And I'm gonna go with the latter. Thank you again, Cameron Cole, and he got Cookie kicking, man. He got him kicking over there. He's hanging out. He's surviving. He is surviving. Thank you, Cameron. Yeah, what would you upgrade to? Yeah, exactly. I think that is yeah, Vince, yeah, he's trolling. He's trolling. Well, you know what? That's how we do it here. Not at all. Been here long enough to be a troll and not that big, homie. I literally just found your channel. Thank you, Vince. And you know, it's any question. Plus, a lot of these guys like to troll me on here anyway, so we have fun. But no, I learned something. You know, with that particular radio. I you said RSX, I thought Acura. You know, and either way, an awesome head unit. I don't think that you would need to upgrade anything unless it's like, oh, well, I want a digital screen. I want wireless CarPlay. I want different features. Your foundation of that amplifier, in my opinion, is all that you need. Thank you, Vince. Fourth orders can be weird, different ratios, even reverse ratio. And you know what? Some of the coolest fourth order orders I heard were a reverse negative ratio. You know, so it's almost like the ratios don't matter as much as the entire design as a whole and what you're kind of going for. And this thing was a 15 to 22 hertz freaking wind machine with three 15 Orions in a little tiny car. And like, I feel like tiny cars and negative ratios, I feel like it probably could work. You know, just my honest gut feeling about it. Because I feel like that's how Cookie Monster is, to be honest with you. And especially when I had the bigger box, like it was a wind machine for what it was. And it would be, if you would seal everything off, like if you would just make that hatchback not open, that's a negative reverse ratio. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Anywho, oh, come on. Oh, that's not nice. Let's see. Merry Christmas, Andy and two all in here tonight. Thank you, William. Merry Christmas. I didn't make a video for Merry Christmas, but we do have it going on in the background over here. Bassatronic's new song, man. If you haven't seen this song, the Jingle Bass Rock is awesome, man. And he made that for Big D Wiz. And if you want to try something tonight, go check out his channel, Bassatronics, Jingle Bass Rock. Go look at it. Go look at it. I don't know if that guy was trolling or not. I don't think so. I got to have my box port fire towards the rear back of my car. And I feel like with hatchbacks, you know, it's kind of like the easiest way to throw it in there. In a lot of cases, sub up port back. I've had success sub up port, well, not even to the side. It was more sub back port to the side with a hatchback. I mean, same thing with a trunk car. So it all depends what you're trying to do. And I feel like even with like some orientations, you might be louder on a kick score versus the headrest score versus outlaw versus sealed because of where that port is firing rather than the back or to the side or other variations. And that's where you just get into testing. You just get into it. Malibu has port to the side, sub to the back. Haven't metered it, but impressive for a single 15. And so port to the side, single sub to the back seat. Right. And, you know, that's the thing. It's like the only time I've ever seen them fall on their face is when the sub was firing into the car and also the port without it being sealed off. And I don't know if that's just because of the back wave cancellation, because when you have that port to the side, you got to think about it. You got bass here, you got bass going here, you got things kind of canceling but kind of wrapping around, and it kind of, you know, it just kind of works when they're kind of all firing forward and you got some things trailing off in the back. I don't know. For some reason, I've never had success with it. Sure, it makes bass, but on the meter, it told me different in every single test. And until you got told, you know, port to the side, port to the back when the sub was forward. So it just depends what you're trying to do too. The frequency, the resonant frequency, what you're trying to match in the vehicle with its cabin and resonance. Kelsey Lee, Short Circuit has a Santa hat on. Yes, he does.
You got it.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
Hey, you got it.
Absolutely, man. He is ready for Christmas. Thank you, Kayla. She's the one that did that. I'm like, he needs a hat. He needs a hat. Every guest on the show needs a Santa hat. Merry Christmas, everyone. Uncle Bobby B. What?
Uncle Bobby B, baby. Uncle Bobby B.
Thank you for tuning in, Uncle Bobby B. Appreciate you. How you been? How is Disney World, Disneyland? You know the one. Waving Andy and the rest of the crew, Merry Christmas. Thank you for tuning in, Cracker. Merry Christmas to you as well. Appreciate all you guys. Johnny 5 is Santa. Love it, man. J5 for the win. Reassemble. Living Loud with Andy. Mac, thank you for tuning in. What is up? Thank you, buddy. Thank you for smashing a like, commenting on all the videos. Appreciate you, sir. William. All right, I'm catching up a little bit here, not too much. Hello to Frank. He was trolling. I didn't think he was trolling. He said first time on the show and then said something else. I'm like, okay, maybe he was trolling. But either way, you know, that's the thing. Good luck. I'll bite. I'll look at it. That's it. I'll look at it. We looked at it, and it's a nice radio. I don't think he needs to upgrade. Cameron Cole has been a member for 1 month on the green team. Appreciate your support, sir. I'm loving this show at 9 p.m. It's perfect. It comes on right after the Friday SmackDown. I know it's like a lot of the people. There's like a little bit of a different clientele that come on Tuesday at 8:30 versus Friday, like a little bit, you know, because it's like it's right in the middle of people's dinner if you're on the Pacific Northwest, you know, Pacific time, and anything behind there. So I mean, I've been wanting to change it, but I never have for 3 years. So probably not. Let's see, PSE expensive. Budget audio with Jay. So anyone kicker will donate some coupons for subs. Hit up Budget J. Donate some coupons for subs. Oh wait, did he get a kicker coupon? Why don't you use it on an L7X? That's what you need, man. I'm telling you. They're hard to blow. I blew one finally. They're hard to blow, and it's just for what it is. I know what you're looking for. And you put that in any type of box that they recommend, like, you know, 12-inch, 3 cubes, 15-inch, 4 to 5, 6, give or take. You are going to be amazed at the results. And it's going to be hard to try something different. You know, unless you're going an entirely different angle, then you might find something else that fits your need. Because the L7X isn't going to do it all, but it's going to do a lot. And it's going to do it on minimal power compared to a lot of other things that are out there. And that's just how Kicker has always done it. So either way, we'll see what we can do. Budget audio with Jay. Get back to the editing. What are you doing? Get back. I do the same thing too, and it's like you think you can edit and watch a live stream at the same time, but it is near impossible because then you're like pausing, man, I got that wrong, and I got to download this. Sorry, I'll be back. But then you wind up just watching the live stream and you forget everything that you're doing. Thank you for tuning in, though, man. Appreciate you. The Jingle Bass Rock. Do you have any shady elves hanging out, getting into trouble? You know, we do have some downstairs, Bryson and Oakley. Otherwise, I think we're okay in the studio. And I mean, let me know if you see something in here. Cameron Cole, empty message. Okay, so that was that. I catch you in Discord. Gotta go. I will see you, Scott. Have fun at work. This guy just started his day, just like Double E and Dubby. I mean, I just realized Bassatronics has a YouTube channel with his music on it. Just subscribed. You got to, man. I'm glad that I brought that up. We might as well pull that up. Let's take a look at it. History. Music on it. Just subscribe. That's me. Ugh.
Jingle bass, jingle bass, jingle bass rock. Jingle bass swing and jingle bass ring. Snowing and blowing up sobs for fun. Now the bass hop has begun. Jingle bass, jingle bass, jingle bass rock. Jingle bass chime in jingle bass time. Dancing and prancing in jingle bass square. In the frosty air. What a bright time. It's the right time to bass the time away. Jingle bass time is a swell time to go booming in a one-up sleigh. Giddy up, move for horse, pick up your beat.
Don't hit me with copyright, Jose.
Around the block. Mix and mingle to the DJ beat. That's the jingle bass rock.
Sorry, Wade. That's how Bassatronics does it.
What a bright time, it's the right time.
I got you, Garrick. I got you. I got you.
Jingle bells time is a swell time to go booming in a one-up sleigh.
All right, so you get it. You get it. Bassatronics, and I will actually link that into the chat so you guys can find that exact video. Man, he is an awesome friend, and he is an awesome music artist, and he does exactly what we love. So there we go, and it is in the chat on YouTube there. I could have put on the other one. I kind of forgot. But I got you, Garrick. Let me know, you know, with your stuff. I don't mind doing it, you know. I love you, Garrick, and I would love to help you out. And Kyle's got you, too. Kyle's got you, too. It'll be a whole family of editors. You know, with certain, I know I am stupid busy, but, you know, if it's like, you know, once in a while, no problem, man. No problem. Just something else to like help grip the viewer, you know, help grip the viewer. And I got a lot of people starting to help me out too. Like Wade's helped me out on Kicker Club tremendously. Thank you, Wade. Every time I go in there, it's like, there's no requests, man. This guy is, sorry, Kayla. He's better than you. He's on it. He's on it. Nah, Kayla did an amazing job too, man. Just over the years, Kicker Club has been there since 2020, December 7th. So 4 years. Wow, that's crazy, man. And we're at almost 69,000 members. Nice. Something like that. All right, cool. Is that all playing here? Yeah, it is. Just wanted to make sure the chat is still, yeah, it's still working. Okay. I don't know why it stopped at one time. I have no idea. Now it's working good, though. No apologies needed. I love it. Thank you, Wade. Honestly, man. Oh, forgot the music. You really don't hear the background music now, but it is there. Like, if I stop talking, then it's there. You know, and that's what we need. Thank you for tuning in, Kip. Appreciate you. We got to play it. We got to play it. Oh, I forgot to pull this up. Here we go. We need more bass. We needed to turn it up full tilt boogie. Decent bass in the home theater. And that's what Derek wanted. And Bassatronics said, hold my twisted T. I gotcha. And made the jingle bass rock. Thank you for tuning in, Kip. Appreciate you. And again, thank you for giving away that amplifier at 9K. And it seems like it wasn't that long ago, and we're already up to 9,200 and almost 50 subscribers. I mean, that's the point. You got to gain them, right? So thank you for that. Thank you for your support, and thank you for tuning in, man. Appreciate all you guys. All right, any last questions? Just put put on, and piss off the wife. That is the OG, and honestly still like my go-to song to try something. I don't know why. It's more nostalgia, even though it does show like a lot of bass, like 27, 34, 43, and I think 49 hertz. And so it kind of gives you an idea of what a subwoofer system's going to play. And it's always hard for that system to play the final low note, you know, that last one before it just starts going the actual song. So when it plays that, you know, and all the other ones fairly well, you know, you got a pretty balanced system. But either way, sometimes all we want is that 34 and 43. Trust me. It's all you need. I put on for my city. It's my favorite. Thank you for tuning in, Blake. Appreciate you, sir. How's it going? Keep up the shorts, man. Keep it up. Check out DD Digital Designs. Also, Oklahoma. You know what? I forgot. Oh, I was going to share it. Oh, I'll show it in the Discord. Never mind. That was a funny one, though. AI this. I sup. I'm on it like stink. Oh, yes. Appreciate you, Wade. Blake says, finally got my vinyl rig running and had to listen to some records. You know, Kayla's all into that, man. She is into that. We got the record player on top of the Cornut Kicker box with the Comp C12 and the CX 400.1 with a KMC, I think it's the KMC2 Marine amplifier, 100 amp power supply, and Cornut Special. But it has a record player on top of it, and that box is built sound enough where it doesn't skip a beat. And it's sometimes just cool to play records. Yeah, I know people are going to say it sounds better and all fidelity and all that fun stuff. Just the thing about it spinning. You know what I mean? It's not Spotify. It's just not the same. More bass. More bass. You need the horse in the house. I don't know where the horse is, and I don't know where 25 is. So we can't make it rain, but you guys have been making it rain without them, and I appreciate you for that.
Make it rain.
Been making it rain. You know, we haven't played that one in a while.
Make it rain.
Hit it, Michael.
Yeah, it should be very low, Jason.
Went over.
Peace. Living Loud with Andy Day, man. These guys literally met up with Kayla, and she gave them to me right before I teed off the show. Like, I didn't even know she met up with them, and handed me a bunch of pennies. I still got them here in the studio, and yes, poured them all over myself because pennies are life. Thank you guys for your pennies tonight and all your support. Wade says, living loud and low is how I roll at home or in my vehicle, and that there is no other way. Loud and proud, loud and low. Do it bump dough. Definitely thank you, Kip, for putting that amp up, and man, thank you again, man. Thank you, Kipster. Where can I buy burn-up speakers from Kicker or DD to build clocks? I call dibs on the Kickers. Blake, I'm sure, can work on the DD side. Kip, come on, man. We need Kicker clocks for everyone. I mean, they're iconic. They're iconic. Thank you, Kyle. Kip says, I am currently using a sealed enclosure and some righteous DSP with about 1200 watts. I just kept coming back to sealed response over ported, and I am a firm believer on sealed boxes. Just because you get that better roll off, you're not just, it's almost like a ported box is like being stuck on bass boost, and you can't adjust it. And Kicker amps do have bass boost, and an adjustable EQ for like bandwidth and frequency. So it's the same kind of like illustration. It's a good scenario for that. And you're kind of stuck with that, where a sealed box is like playing the amplifier flat and then, just getting that flat-er sound compared to a ported box. But at the sacrifice for output. So you need more, and they tend to be a little less efficient, meaning that the woofer takes more power to move since there is not a hole in the box at above and below the tuning frequency. Otherwise, the ported box might be a little bit more inefficient in some degrees. And it's not just that alone. It's just every box design makes the difference on it. But just inherently sealed are a little less efficient, I believe, at least on my testing, man. Oh, on a 15-inch kicker. 15-incher kicker. That's about it. Sean asks, Kip, what is your favorite kicker sub for a sealed box? Ooh, man. I feel like a lot of them do work very well in either enclosures. If it was me, maybe the Comp C? Maybe the Comp C or the Comp Q. I mean, I want to try my Comp Q in a sealed enclosure because I know how it's built. And I feel like it would excel very well. Definitely doesn't sound better, but the fact that you can easily pause forces me to actually listen, which is something I struggle with. But the fact that you can easily pause forces me to actually listen, what is something... Yeah. I feel you on that, Blake. I feel you on that. I found its only song that plays even verse songs with Lil Jon and Jeezy. Man, talk about nostalgia lane for majority of the bass heads, at least me. You know, like those are the go-to songs back in the day, and I feel like they still are in a way. You know, it just depends the system. So, but at one time we were limited at certain songs, you know, because there wasn't this rebass stuff. There was a few bass track stuff, but it wasn't mainstream. And like those were the ones that you had to go through to turn up your kickers, to turn up your amplifiers, to just bang down the street, you know? And yeah, you Young Jeezy, you know, all that stuff, man. All that stuff. I want to make a jail subclock. You know, I'm going to have to patent this thing. Anybody that makes a, well, I guess it's not a kicker clock, so there goes the patent. But either way, Sean, that'll be awesome, man. You know, I don't know what made me do it. I was like, you know what? I think it would be cool as a clock. And I got one that was already blown. I try not to blow kickers. And I didn't have the heart to do it, but it was already blown, and I got it for the enclosure. And the motor is still on the wall over there, which I don't need, but, you know, it's part of the kicker clock. I got to keep it. And I was like, let me see what I can do here. Kicker clock. Next car is going to have 3 to 412 sealed. Excuse me. You know, if you can fit them. And that's the only thing. And if doing that is going to give you the same kind of output as like 2 to 3 ported, but with not in just straight up, but generally speaking. And you're going to have a wider bandwidth where that ported box that might have been as loud as the bigger amount of woofers or cone area or whatever, with the sealed box, it's going to fall off, and those sealeds are going to be louder for longer. And that's just one aspect of the sealed box, let alone the accuracies of the bass, because there is no port delay, because there's no port. Sealed, you don't get the lows. I mean, it depends the woofer. If you're using a driver that has a higher FS, it's going to be inherently lower to get the resonant frequency tuning box of the sealed to be able to play low. So if you put a driver in there that has a high FS in a 1Q box, we'll say, you're going to have a tuning of like 40 hertz at the FS around 43. But then you go around and put a driver in there that has a different Q factor and a different resonant frequency of like 22. Then your tuning frequency is 28 of the sealed box, because sealed boxes do have tuning frequencies in their own aspect. But that's how you get it, you know, without having to build big. And that was the thing of how Kicker kind of, you know, the solo barrack technology, putting 2 woofers in a sense on the Clippin in a way of TS specs to emulate 2 drivers so that you get double the motor force and maybe a little bit lower of an FS to be able to play bass in a smaller box. And, you know, there's always trade-offs with everything. There really is. Doesn't mean you don't get the lows, though. And then another thing is what your cabin will do as well, if your cabin's going to carry that wave effectively or not. And that's the whole cabin resonance going up against quarter wave, half wave, all that kind of fun stuff. Stu, thank you for tuning in. You know what? Appreciate you. And I always kind of wait for those to balance out, the likes and the views. And we're at 40, 41. I'm going to try to catch up to the last few here, and I'm going to let you guys go. But we got Stu in here. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for always tuning in. See, the big sealed box makes it more efficient with lower extension. If you can sacrifice the space, right. And there's always a trade-off with every type of enclosure. But if you're just trying to have something that's a little bit more balanced out of the box, maybe sealed is the way to go, you know. But then you could also trick things in a way to work where the ported is pretty balanced as well with the vehicle, but then you're still going to have those transients and port delay things. But do you even hear that? Maybe you won't even hear it. Maybe you're just looking for that rearview mirror to go rather than, wow, that sounds really, ooh, I can feel that. Ooh, that sounds good. And it's accurate bass, you know? So there's always that. All right, let me scroll down here. 0.77 is where it's at. You know what? I heard that is the perfect enclosure QTC for sealed enclosure. But from what I also hear, it's not always, it's like a rule of thumb. It's just like the port area of like 12 to 16 per Q, you know, and then, But in a sense, that is the perfect thing. And that's the same way to measure out RMS of an amplifier by its peak volts. Ain't that something? Maybe it is where it's all at. It might be where it's at, Stu. It just might be. I'll be in the Discord. I can't wait. Appreciate you, Garrick. Need a decent, strong motor for that, too? Absolutely, man. Motors matter. Motors matter. Definitely an SQL guy. I don't need every last dB you can get with a ported to sacrifice the ported sound character. But then there are times ported box makes total sense. And 1000%, I miss Kicker selling the sealed enclosures because you guys used to do that. You guys don't do that anymore because everyone wants more bass. But man, I wanted Kicker sealed enclosures, but I'm never going to get them again because people just want more bass. But whenever you listen to audio long enough, you learn what actually sounds good and what is just loud. But you know what? That might be all that you need. SDK, Merry Christmas. Oh, would you look at that? Merry Christmas. Hit the like or you run garbage. Oh, man, he's throwing the pennies, though. Throwing the pennies at Scar. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate you, man. And thank you for the pennies. I always try to throw up the SDK hat there, but you can't see it when he throws up. There we go. There it is. SDK Enclosures. Go check them out on Facebook. And appreciate you, man. And, you know, it's not that they're garbage, but, you know, you get what you pay for in life with everything, and sometimes that's all you need, and that's all the budget you got. And I hear you on that. Appreciate all you guys throwing the emojis. Would you look at that? And there's no such thing as too big of an amplifier, only improper application by the user. Right. You know, and you can never have too much power. You just got to wield it correctly, you know, and, don't do a 30-second run without trying it at home first. You got to try it at home first. And then know that volume. And don't go above it. And then you're good. And then you're good. Garrick, time to get louder in 2025.
I got pennies.
Living louder and prouder. Absolutely, Garrick. And, man, I can't wait to see everybody's just, you know, progress. And that's the coolest thing about doing these live streams. I get to live it with you. And I appreciate you guys for tuning in and your support. And, you know, just living loud. Thank you, man. Thank you, Garrick. Appreciate you guys. Kip is true. Yes, yes, yes. I don't think Scar is that bad, but I'd rather have something else. You know what? I hear you on that, you know, and whenever I look at, you know, before I was even involved with Kicker and stuff like that, you know, it's okay. You know, I feel like I'd rather just pay a little bit more to get something a little bit better. I'm not that much, you know, I wasn't that much of a noob. I wasn't that much. But sometimes you tried that cheap amplifier and you got cheap results. So I did go that route. Let me tell you, my Cool Audio 5500 was not good. Andy, I was fortunate to sit in some world champion SQ cars this year, and it required how I look at my substage, right? Ported is great, but I'm looking for detail and extension now nowadays, right? And it's a little bit easier to get with the sealed of just staging with the time delay factor of things, with your stage up front, with your bass coupling and making it sound like your bass is in front of you with a ported box that really you have two, in a sense, but not really, two different woofers. Your port acts like an infinite woofer. Your woofer is your woofer, right? And passive radiator, same thing, but it's limited. And you got two things going, and they're never going to be the same because this one is moving from that one. It goes like that, okay? So you're going to have this little bit of delay and this little bit of like cancellation no matter what. And that's why people love sealed over ported, just looking at it. Just looking at it. I did not get the Christmas card yet from you, Bobby B, but you guys better be looking for mine, man. You better be looking for mine. When did you jump ship from boss to Kicker? Man, you know, soon as I took a look at that Solo X18 behind me there, man, that thing is had me at day one. All right, Kip got his from Bobby B. Stu says, I've experienced upfront sounding bass a few times. I'm hooked. Dude, it is amazing. I do it to Kayla all the time on like low power because I can't do it high power because then it just throws off that whole factor. But it's like, listen how it sounds like there's bass coming out of my 6.5s. And it's not. Turn it down. There's nothing coming out there. And that is the coolest thing. And then having it do it louder and more accurately is the key with exactly what we're talking about tonight. All right, cool. Too much is not enough. Too much is just enough. Okay, I was going to say not enough, but you know what? Absolutely. Either way, thank you, Scott. I want 60 milliseconds of group delay of a 6. Good luck. I mean, wait, 6? That's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, if he had that on audio on a mic, it's going to be like throwing you off. But with audio, I guess I don't know if that's enough. Doesn't sound like it's enough. I think you need less than that. How much is the new amp? Thank you, Travis, for tuning in. The LX 3000.1, I don't know. Kicker will be announcing the official price. I'm going to guess around $1,000 since the KXA 2400 was $1,100, $1,000, Warhorse $1,000, less features, more power. This is going to do a little bit less power, more features. So I'm going to guess around there. It might be higher than that. But either way, it's an awesome amplifier. And let me tell you, 1.2 million views on Facebook Shorts, 23,000 likes. We got 400,000 views on TikTok, 20,000 likes on TikTok, and I don't know, like 9,000 views and a bunch of subscribers and likes on YouTube, which YouTube is a lot harder, but still a lot of people took a look at the LX 3000.1, and I can't wait till you guys can get it in your hands. It's an awesome amplifier. I will do a second video on it soon. Just got to catch up on the holidays. And thank you guys for tuning in. Oh, and for some reason, not enough memory to refresh. What happened there? That's strange. Sometimes it does that, and I don't know why, because that's how I collect my comments. All right, before the computer breaks, I'm going to let you guys go. Have an awesome Christmas. I will see you guys Friday. And as always, stay living loud. I'll see you guys on the next one.
So we're kicking it with Andy, right? You know what that means. We living loud.
Would you look at that Steve Barber build? Boots and cats, boots and cats, boots and cats. appreciate everyone tuning in, all the green team members. We gotta update that a little bit, but most of them are all the same because you guys are awesome. And you know Cornut is gonna try to slide in there.
Cornet.
It's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going! We almost need that too soon, Junior! From Fast and the Furious! All aboard the Christmas caboose! Thank you, Wade! Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And we just got Corny donated $20. Merry Christmas, Andy and Kayla and the viewers. Merry Christmas, Cornut. Appreciate you for that. And we're going to end it on that, man. I love you guys. Cornut's taking it. And then we dance. We dance. Oh, wait, no. Wade, and then Kip. Oh no! They said no, not today. No, 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 no. Oh man, it's not ending. SDK, SDK. Christmas caboose for all the festive activities. Thank you, Jake. Ah, darn predictive. Oh, Jake stole it. He stole it. No. Merry Christmas, y'all.